Hello everyone and welcome to the Rawabit Center. It is about time to talk about the recent developments of the Iraqi political scene and the forming of the upcoming Iraqi government. Now, right after the big win of Dr. Barham Saleh as the president of Iraq, he immediately assigned Mr. Adel Abdel Mahdi to be the prime minister designate of Iraq, and he gave him 30 days to be completing the formation of the Iraqi government. And, Mr. Adel Abdel Mahdi is an economist, he's a former oil minister, he's a former vice president of Iraq from 2005 to 2011, which means that he has a lot of experience in terms of politics and economy. And most importantly, he is independent, which means that hopefully he will not be influenced by any other political party or any other political blocs. And what is different about what is happening right now compared to the 15 years that we had is that Mr. Adel Abdel Mahdi right now has the full authority to choose the ministers that he wants to choose. In fact, he made this job available to all the Iraqis, and he made the Iraqis apply online for the job of a minister. And this is just for the first time happening in Iraq, if you don't believe me. And about 36,000 people applied for this job. And according to Mr. Adel Abdel Mahdi, 97% of them are actually independent, and 15% of those people who applied are women. So these are really good indications that we are actually going to have an independent ministers and people who are actually highly qualified and going to do a great job, hopefully. Now, the thing is, however, some of the ministries needs a little bit more than a highly qualified minister. It needs a little bit of a major change in its policy. For example, let me just talk about here about the Iraqi Foreign Ministry and some of the recent events that happened and how the Iraqi Foreign Ministry reacted to these events. And let me just start here with Nikki Haley, who's a former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, and she just resigned a couple of days ago. And she said one time through her verified personal Twitter account, and I quote, "Iran treats Iraq like it's not an independent nation. Iran sees Iraq as a transit point for weapons and a training ground for its proxies." Now, this is like someone says that there is actually a snake in your house, and obviously because it's your house, you have to say something about it. You're gonna immediately say either whether, yeah, I'm working on catching the snake or killing it, or you will just simply say that there is no snake in your house. Otherwise, if you don't say anything, then the whole neighborhood's gonna talk about the guy with the snake and your house, that there was a snake in it, and a lot of words gonna come here and there on you. And that is exactly what the Iraqi Foreign Ministry did. It actually said nothing about it. And here, Nikki Haley is such an important person. She actually is talking about Iraq as a spot of, taking weapons here and there for Iran, and, a transit point, as she said. And she's talking about proxies. I mean, these are really important things. If she's talking about proxies, well, the Iraqi Foreign Ministry have every single right to respond to that, and even asking Nikki Haley in the United States on what kind of proxies that Nikki Haley is talking about. And unfortunately, we didn't see anything from the Iraqi Foreign Ministry. That's why, the doors are open. Even some military generals from Iran or from Turkey or from any other country been talking a lot of things about Iraq, and the Iraqi Foreign Ministry didn't really respond, or either, just say something really shy, really not there, doesn't really represent what the Iraqi people would actually respond to these incidents. Now, also a very important recent incident that happened is the shelling of Iran to one of the places at the north of Iraq without informing the Iraqi government. The Iraqi government had no idea that Iran was planning to shell that place, and unfortunately it happened, and it killed about 11 people and injured about from 20 to 30 people. And according to the PDKI, they said that actually the people who actually died are more than 11, and the people who injured more than 50 people. Now, let me start here with what the PDKI said on their Twitter account. They said that Iran used long-range missiles in coordinated attack in PDKI's bases and adjacent refugee camp. Now, also Major General Jabbar Yawar, who said that the area that had been attacked included residential complex for the families of party members. And they are simply saying that the places that got actually shelled are actually residential complex, and it's refugee camps. Refugee camps supposed to be well protected by the Iraqi government. And unfortunately that happened, and people died and people got injured. And guess what the Iraqi Foreign Ministry said about the whole thing? It actually said, oh, we condemn the attack that Iran did. The Iraqi foreign ministry is like, they are talking about something that happened in the Philippines or something happened between two countries. It's like the Iraqi foreign ministry are not really, talking about their own country. And that is just really crazy. Shows a lot of weakness. If that was Turkey or that was any other country, their foreign ministry would actually blow up the whole place. They would say whatever they want to say in the media. They would just, question the ambassador of that country, for example. But nothing really happened. The only time we saw the Iraqi foreign ministry to be tough and being strong was when the Turkish troops actually penetrated the territories of Iraq in 2015. And I quote from the New York Times. They documented exactly what the foreign ministry said. They said that the foreign ministry called the Turkish troop movement a hostile act and said they had been made without the knowledge of the Iraqi central government, adding this is considered a violation and a breach of the sovereignty of the country. Now, these kind of comments just, represent the Iraqi foreign ministry. It represents Iraq. Every Iraqi would be happy to hear that. And there were actually a lot of actions happening after these comments from the Prime Minister, also Dr. Haidar al-Abadi, and also, the Iraqi parliament. Everyone was like, okay, we are going to do something now to Turkey. But it all ended after years that the Turkish troops penetrated even more into the Iraqi territory. And it's like the Iraqi foreign ministry just said nothing and did nothing. Now, what we are hoping right now is that the next minister of the Iraqi foreign ministry, for example, needs support from the Iraqi government, needs every single support to change the policy, make it a little bit more strong. We want the Iraqi foreign ministry to be as strong as, the Turkish foreign ministry or the Iranian foreign ministry or the Russian foreign ministry or any other country. We really want to step up our game with that and just to be capable of representing our Iraqi people. Thank you very much.